Hello, students. Welcome back to today's class. Hope you all enjoyed your last week class. Today, we'll be looking at the topic Joseph serves in Egypt. Joseph serves in Egypt. I want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy this class. Now, the objective for this class is this. At the end of this class, you all should be able to narrate how Joseph served in Egypt. You all should be able to narrate how Joseph served in Egypt. And also, at the end of this class, you all should be able to state the moral lessons you've learned from this topic. The moral lessons you've learned from this class. Now, students, what is service? Service is rendering help or assistance to others. I want you all to sit back, relax, and enjoy
the governor of Egypt. Joseph was left in charge of Egypt. He was 30 years old when he began working as governor of the country. He was a very important person. In the following years, the events unfolded just as Joseph had predicted. There were 7 years of good harvests. During this time, Joseph filled the grenadiers. He built new barns and also filled them in preparation for the coming years. When the 7 years of abundance ended, the 7 years of hunger began and extended across all the countries. People came from all over seeking food. The Pharaoh ordered the people to go to Joseph and do what he tells them.
Okay.
At this time, Joseph opened the barns to sell food to the Egyptians and to the people who had come from other countries. Among the crowd, there was a group of people that Joseph knew. They were his brothers. They didn't recognize Joseph because he looked and acted like an Egyptian. Regardless, Joseph knew who they were, but he did not say that to them. "And you? Where do you come from?" He spoke to them rudely. "We come from Canaan to buy food," they answered and prostrated themselves before him. In that moment, Joseph remembered the dreams he had about them, and he said to them, "Surely you are spies and have come to investigate the areas of our country." No, sir, we are brothers," they said. "We were 12, but one died, and our youngest brother stayed with our father. And besides, we are honest people. We are not spies, my lord." "I don't believe you," insisted Joseph. "If you aren't spies, then prove it by returning to your home and bringing your youngest brother. In the meantime, one of you will stay here as a prisoner." Joseph signaled towards his brother Simeon. The brothers were nervous. So Joseph said, "But first, you should all spend 3 days in prison." Then they said, "Without a doubt, we are suffering the consequences of what we did to our brother. I warned you not to hurt the boy, but you didn't listen to me." Reuben spoke. "Now we have to pay for what you did to him." Joseph listened to what they said, and he cried. After 3 days had passed, all of the brothers were set free, except for Simeon. And they were given food to take with them. On the way, they realized that the money they had used to pay for the wheat had been returned to them. "Oh no," they lamented. "The Egyptian will think that we stole the wheat." When the brothers made it home to Canaan, they told their father, Israel, everything that had happened. They asked if they could take Benjamin to Egypt. "Absolutely not. Nobody will take Benjamin from me. Benjamin will stay here with me," Israel told them. "You all left me without children. Joseph is no longer with us. Simeon isn't here either. And now you want to take Benjamin?" Israel didn't even want to listen to the brothers. days later, the food that they had brought from Egypt was slowly running out. There was hardly anything left. Once again, the brothers asked for permission to return to Egypt with Benjamin. After all, Simeon was still there, but Israel continued to say no. He knew that would mean saying goodbye to Benjamin. Then Judah, the brother who had sold Joseph into slavery, said to his father, "I will be responsible. Let Benjamin come with us, and I will take care of him. If I don't return him to you safe and sound, I will be guilty in your eyes for the rest of my life." Finally, Israel had no other choice, so he said yes. "Just to be sure," said Israel, "take double the money. That way you'll be able to pay the Egyptians for the previous load of wheat that you took. Bring him honey, perfumes, walnuts, and almonds as gifts." And so they began their journey. As soon as the brothers arrived in Egypt, they went to see Joseph. He couldn't help but admire his brother Benjamin, who had grown into a handsome young man. "Come, you can all stay at my house, and we will eat together," said Joseph. Then Simeon was released from prison.
Hello.
When the brothers arrived at the house, they told the servant about the money they had found on them when they were on their way home. He told them, "It's okay, don't worry, don't be afraid." When Joseph entered his house, they gave him the gifts they had brought, and they prostrated themselves before him. And Joseph asked them, "How is your father that you had mentioned to me? Is he still alive?" "Our father is well, and he is still alive," they answered. Joseph looked at Benjamin once again and asked, "Is this the younger brother that I was told about?" "May God be with you, my son." Then he walked away. The brothers bowed to him, just as they had in the dream that he had had all those years ago. Moved by the presence of his brothers, he ran out of the room. When he was alone, he cried and cried uncontrollably. Afterwards, he dried his tears and returned to his brothers. There was a great party that lasted almost the entire night, but Joseph never told his brothers who he really was. Later on, Joseph secretly gave his slave an order: fill the men's bags with food, and put their money back in as well. Then put my silver cup in the youngest brother's bag. And the butler did as Joseph had ordered. The following morning, the brothers left for their home. They went happily. They had saved Simeon. They had bought food for their families, and they had dined with an important man. Best of all was that Benjamin was safe. Until suddenly, the guards and the servants came galloping to reach the brothers. "Get down from your camels and donkeys," they ordered. "What did we do wrong? This is how you treat the governor after all he's done for you? One of you stole our master's silver cup." "But why would we have stolen from him?" said the brothers. "If the silver cup is found in our possession, let the one who has it die, and the rest of us will be slaves." "Very well," responded the servant. "We will proceed as you wish, but only the man who has the cup in his possession will be a slave. The rest of you will be free of all charges." The guards checked the camels and donkeys one by one. The last one they checked was Benjamin's donkey. When they found it, the guard lifted the silver cup up in the air. The brothers complained, "Oh no, this is terrible! Benjamin, what did you do?" Benjamin was so surprised that he could only shake his head. "But I didn't take it." The guards ordered them to return to Joseph's palace. And there, the brothers begged Joseph. "Sir, we are innocent. We didn't do it," said the brothers. "What kind of behavior is this?" said Joseph. No, my lord, we are honest men. Honest men don't steal from tables. We didn't steal it. Then explain how my cup was found among your things. We can't explain it, sir, Judah said. Maybe God is punishing us for a sin we committed a long time ago. But we did not steal from you. Very well. You can leave now, all of you, except Benjamin. He will stay and will be my slave. No, my lord, I'm begging you, don't do it, begged Judah. Our father will die from sadness if we don't bring Benjamin back. He already lost one son. He won't be able to handle losing another one. Please, I'm begging you to let me stay instead of him. I will be your servant. If Benjamin stays here, none of us will be able to face our father again. Joseph looked at Judah on his knees, and he realized that the brothers were no longer mean like they were before.
Leave me alone with them.
With tears in his eyes, Joseph said to them, I am your brother.
Eh? Brother?
They couldn't believe it. They were so scared that they couldn't look or listen to him. Open your eyes. I am Joseph, the one you sold to Egypt. When Joseph said this, the brothers were even more scared. If you really are Joseph, then we'll all be killed for what we did to you. No, don't be scared, my brothers. Don't be mad at yourselves. God sent me here to ensure there would be enough food for our family. Don't you see? God made me a governor of Egypt. All of this was part of God's plan to take care of our family. Joseph reached his arms out towards Benjamin. He gave him a big hug, and they both began to cry. They were so happy to see each other again. Then he hugged all his brothers. Now, return quickly to our father and tell him to bring the entire family. Tell him to come quickly, because now you'll all live in Egypt. God granted Joseph's wish. You're alive. He saw his father again after so much time. In this way, the people of Israel stayed to live in Egypt.
So, hello students, what are the moral lessons to learn? Service involves being faithful. Service involves being faithful. We should learn to forgive those who offend us. Just as Joseph did, we must learn to forgive people who offend us. Service to God is always rewarded. The Bible says God is a rewarder. So our service to God is always rewarded. I hope you all enjoyed this class. I'd love to see you guys in the next class. Have a wonderful day. Bye.